Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot, to my latest reading, which is on what is the financial situation of the next person that you'll date. So I don't know what kind of nuances we're going to get in this, but I was just drawn to do this. I thought it was kind of interesting. What is the financial situation of the next person you date? Pile number 1 seems to be some quarry rock here. Pile number 2, green, kind of a green rock. Pile number 3, a very nice crystal clear rock. They're all nice in their own way, the different stones, but point is you want to tune into which one you feel the most drawn to. So pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. Let us get started. Pile number 1. What is the financial situation of the next person that you'll date? Let's see. I don't know, but feeling this could be like black and white or good or bad. I don't know. Or something complex. Something heavy or complex. But let's see. Pile number 1. Interesting. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Sun. But interestingly enough, we've got the Moon too, which is the Knight of Cups and the Sun feels very positive. But then we also have the Moon, which is a kind of a maybe let me check the camera just so I can make sure that you can see. Some people like to see the cards. Some people don't care. But okay, I'll put this kind of right there. So you've got the Moon, the Sun, and the Knight of Cups. So I'm hearing yes, but. I keep on hearing yes, but, yes, but. And it's like there's a polarity or of either they have, I'm hearing a lot of money that they're burdened by, which sounds very funny. Like it may be like from a messy, I'm hearing like, yeah, a messy inheritance or something. It feels like they may have some money, but it feels tainted, and it's not because of something they did, but the situation was like felt gross or something. Interesting. And they're trying to kind of clean their energy of it and sort of be fine with it, even though it was something that just felt like gross, some sort of financial, gross. Let's see right here. We've got this right here, like something where they feel tied to someone that they don't want to be tied to. Yeah, they feel like they were tied, like a family situation, and then it finally got resolved. But it's kind of like the sense of they won, but it didn't. It feels very like just messy. So they're trying to clean their themselves energetically from the bad energetic situation. They're trying to sort of uplift themselves. Messenger. And I'm hearing they're getting like some sort of angry messages or something regards to that constantly. And they're very much somebody who feels that they like to solidify their energy. And I'm hearing, okay, this is one aspect of this reading. I think there's another one or two other ones, but there's another thing too, where they now know how to push in the right direction. They now know how to be with money that's in a better way. So it's almost like they're starting from the beginning in this sense. Like they're basically, but they're very wise now, and they have a very, what I'm hearing is for another part of like people who pick this pile, the person you're going to date, is it's like they're very clear and wise about what to do with their money, and whether they have put that into action yet. They may be in the process of doing that, but they feel even if they're not doing so well, they're very responsible now, I'm hearing, and they know where to invest, how to move forward, and how to be responsible. And they may be trying to figure out the balance of being not too responsible. Like they're trying to almost solidify the balance, either if it was some messy situation where they got money, but it feels really bad. They're trying to balance at the energy, and if they're not doing so well, and now they're kind of moving forward, they're trying to balance the energy of being hyper responsible and enjoying money. Like, where's that balance? I'm hearing, like, I don't know why I heard 40,000 to 400,000. I don't know why that came up. 40,000 to 400,000. That 400,000. I don't know exactly what that means, but like something, or 30,000 to 350,000. Something like that. And I'm hearing don't put all your eggs in one basket, but make sure you are clear about the bird you are investing in. So they like, that could be their sort of policy, but also be very clear, be very judicious, be very clear, be very responsible, be very researched, be very intuitive, be very wise, be very balanced. So this feels like a sort of a serious person, somebody almost sensitive, who take things energetically. They may not seem to be energetically sensitive, but they are very energetically sensitive, especially towards everything, and finances are no different. But they feel like they're wise. They may have like tanked a stupid investment. Like, I'm hearing like 10,000, they lost like 10,000, 10 to 15, it might, something like that. I don't know, could be even more, could be even less. But now they really, or something, or someone took, like a friend took money from them, and now they're really wised up. It was like a minorly expensive mistake. It's not like, not quite that they were scammed. I'm hearing, no, they weren't quite scammed, but they feel it was like one of those situations where they invested in the wrong person, and it was like, like, oh, their friend was like, oh, go into this investment, oh, okay, it sounds good, I'll do that. So they kind of went against their intuition and their values, and then they lost money because of that. And because they went against their own intuition, their own inner knowing, their own inner values, now they're like basically like they're really leveled up. But I'm hearing that this person has a great financial future, whether they have money now. And I'm hearing it could be tight for them there, or it could not be. It's either they, but it's like a rebalancing of energy. But even if it is, even if they're in like a small, not very nice apartment or something, they have a good head on their shoulders, and they're very disciplined, and they're trying to be like, they think about things too. They oh, I don't want to be too stingy, or like with myself or other people, but I don't want to be too imbalanced. Like, they're trying to like rein in the balance and not be a boulder or a burden to themselves, if that makes sense. They don't want to be a burden to themselves. But something else about, a messy financial situation. Interesting. Look at this card that came out right here. That's an interesting, it's like there was all this messy, like, emotional issues that were around it, and I'm hearing it was eye-opening. And they've got this card right here. We've got this card right here. An interesting card, like an interesting, and I'm getting with that one, the lady in the red dress, who could look like a whoever, right? I don't know if YouTube friendly. It's almost like they saw a nasty side of people when they were sort of, it almost made them want to like feel very bad, and not like that they saw a really bad side to people. And so like in this situation, it could be like splitting up money, and then they saw it was like, and then they rightly, when I say won, I mean it became fair for them, but it could have been this really messy thing that was like, that ruined the whole family or something, or the extended family. And it's like, but they feel that the money they have is almost tainted, almost because of that, even though I'm hearing they didn't do anything bad. It's not like it's not like they did anything bad to have it, but it's sort of like just the gross situation that it came from. like was so like grotesque that they feel that they have to clean the energy of the money energetically because it's a bad like situation. So this feels like a spiritually attuned, like sort of sensitive energy type person. But yeah, that's an interesting pile. So let's go to pile number 2. Let's see what is the situation of the next person you did. King of Swords. Well, that's a very positive card. But let's see what the other cards are. King of Swords. And we've got a nice green, like green color. I like this stone. I haven't really noticed it. This card. I haven't really noticed this card. This stone. It's kind of like almost shaped in like a heart. Anyway, but it's interesting. I used this one and I don't really notice it. But so King of Swords, that's already seems to be off to a great start. But as you know with tarot, you can, the first card can be really good and the other 2 cards can be, who knows, let's see. Oh, and then it's 4 of Swords, that's not too, well, I mean, not bad. I don't want to say bad. None of them are bad, but that's not too, it seems like a resting. King of Swords, and then is somebody in powerful and in control, and the 4 of Swords is a resting, and then the Hermit being by themselves. So it seems to be like rest and being by themselves. So a sense of power and accomplishment, but then resting and being by oneself. Let's see. Ooh, my sock can't come off right there. Let me reattach my sock to my feet. Let me do that. And then basically, let's see. So what is their financial situation? Okay. Interesting. I heard 4. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Haughtiness. Interesting. I got all these cards are important. I'm not quite sure exactly why. But faithfulness, haughtiness, and despair. Faithfulness, I'm hearing, okay, like, and then fortune. Interesting. Faithfulness, haughtiness, despair, and then fortune. That tells quite the story about their situation. Let me tune in for a second and see if I can, okay. Faithfulness, haughtiness, and despair. So I'm seeing this image of a divide. Let me get a drink of water. And I'll continue. But it's almost like, I'll be right back. Let's see. Fortune, faithfulness, haughtiness, and despair. It's almost like they took a break from something or someone and they totally reintegrated themselves. And I'm hearing there was a surprise change. Like, it's like they almost went down this other path, or they went down this other path. And then there was, like, in some cases, like a total change. We've got fortune. Like, there was a real change to their good fortune. And it involved trusting that things would be okay. And ultimately, they do seem to be in a good situation. So, but there was, like, this sudden change. And interesting. And then we've got despair and widower. Interesting. So, it was like a change to their old life. It could be like it was like some shift in their life. And then there was 3 different, like, I'm hearing there was a change in their work life. There was a change, but it seemed to be tantamount to something that was going on in other aspects of their life. And it really, like, almost like there was like a dark side of night of the soul. And then they really, they were able to make a really good uptick or updraft or a really good change because they walked away from something or changed something. And now they're feeling a little bit shaky. Like, yeah, shaky. Like, and I've got misfortune. It was like almost like they went in the direction of misfortune, or they basically they had a great fear about misfortune, and they went into this direction, and they basically and then something worked out, or something was a positive timing, or something like that. Something was a positive, like, a change, like something really worked out in a positive direction for them that they didn't think it would, or something like that. And yeah, so I mean, they feel almost shaky, like it's like they're doing better in a financial sense, but they feel almost shaky in that as well. Like they feel a little bit paranoid too. Like they feel, yeah, so maybe, yeah, I'm hearing the word paranoia. Maybe because they have more money now and they're afraid somebody will like something will happen, or something will take it. They feel a lot more secure, but it's almost like they're not used to feeling secure. So they feel almost uneasy. Interesting, yeah. Like they're almost afraid that some negative message will come. Like, so they don't, it's almost like, is this it? Like they feel sort of like uneasy, almost like they're in this, like they tried to move out of one holding tank. It's almost like, and then something seemed to be really good, but now they're kind of nervous about the situation. Yeah, waiting. They're almost like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, is this too good to be true? Is this like better situation that I'm in? Is it too good to be true? And let's see, what else? Let's see, what is the financial situation? Intimidating. Yeah, they feel intimidated by something in their life cycle, and they're afraid, almost like, it's like they're doing a lot better, but they're afraid that they're going to fall into a familiar cycle, and they're trying to like release their emotional patterns so they don't fall into it. And I'm hearing the word laughter, and I'm hearing you're just a bit too paranoid. So like, yeah, like they're quite paranoid, like of being like almost like victimized. Like they've got like this, yeah, or something makes them feel afraid. Like in some cases they've done this shift and they're doing better financially, and it could be a lot. I mean, for some it could be like they're doing a lot better. Like I'm hearing some shift, like they may have sold a business, or something shifted in a positive way, or a house, or like a business, a house, or something changed in a positive direction, but they're just kind of nervous about it too. They feel almost childlike, and they feel they feel almost like, when they feel afraid, they almost become rigid, but not in a like just almost like they want to feel safe, so they become rigid with their finances. They almost develop weird, it sounds weird, but I'm hearing like they have weird rituals around their finances, because they're paranoid, and they should, like, they're kind of, I just get the feeling of shakiness, and even though they're doing better, I'm hearing for some it's a lot better, they could be doing a lot better. Like I'm hearing a lot, like it could be like a huge turnaround with something, but they're just like, should I do this? Like they almost feel afraid, and they like to be in control, like in control of the situation, but it's almost like there's this person or a character or a fear looming onto them, holding on to them. Like it could be literal, but it's in their own mind. And it's kind of, they don't know if they should give it a time of day, or if they should like just ignore it. Weird. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm going to get with these readings. And sometimes I'll feel it's strange even for me, but what I get. But let me pull a couple more. I'm going to put these aside. The King of Swords, the Four of Swords, which is kind of like resting, they're kind of resting and being on their own sort of type thing. Like it's just kind of this energy of holding back. Even though they're doing better, they really want to hold back and be cautious. Interesting. So, yeah, hold back. Six of and be cautious. The Six of Pentacles is like sort of like a gift, giving out gifts. It's like they really want to be cautious because they feel that they were given some sort of gift and they want to be interesting. We've got this the Queen of Cups, and they want to be cautious. They're almost, but yeah, I keep on getting paranoid. And Knight of Pentacles, like this, they want it. They don't want to be. I'm hearing they don't want to be the Queen of Cups. They want to be the Knight of Pentacles, who's really cautious, slow, and responsible. They're almost, yeah, they almost feel landlocked psychologically. It's very. I don't like. I could almost. It's almost like there's a sense of like hiding, putting on like a facade for other people. It's like they almost want to yeah, Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups. It's like they feel, and I'm hearing it's almost like connected with this for their current financial, whatever this is. It feels like it's connected to some sort of karmic issue in the past. Yeah, Queen. And then we've got, wow, we've got this is so fascinating. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. It's like they're almost trying to solidify like themselves in the world with this change in their life, this financial change or whatever. I'm hearing like a business, like maybe selling their business for more than they thought. Like it was like a ton more than they thought. Like something went in a positive direction, but now they're paranoid because of it. Like it's very like it's very interesting energy. And then they feel this conflict, but they feel like they have to really pretend, like they almost like they feel like they have to pretend to everybody about how they're feeling, what they're doing, going through, because they should be happy with this, but then they feel paranoid. It's very, and then the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups, it's kind of like a lot of undercurrent emotions, and King of Swords, and I'm hearing they really want to be the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles energy. And we've got the Page of Swords, the King of Swords. Yeah, they really want to do their due diligence, and yeah, like there's sort of like this paranoia. Like almost like they're connecting with what's happening in the world, and they're just kind of like, it's almost like they're more paranoid that than they should be about something, because they're doing better. Like they're doing better, I feel, and a large majority of the people who pick this pile, like they're doing a lot better. They had this dark night of the soul and then this really good turnaround, this surprise turnaround, but they feel this sense of paranoia and fear instead. So it's like really weird, kind of weird. And I gotta be honest, it's kind of weird. Like I don't know why someone would feel, and I don't think, no, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong, but they just feel this issue that's related. It's almost, I'm hearing it's related to what's happening into this world currently, and related to like a past life when things went wrong. So they're feeling this, almost this fear and terror and paranoia that they know is really what do you call it, like not appropriate. Almost, it's not appropriate for pile number 2, but they feel it anyway. Interesting. Not that any feeling is inappropriate, but they feel interesting. That's all I've got for pile 2. It's a weird pile. But let's go to pile number 3. See the financial person, the next person. Date. Okay, so let the Four of Wands, the World, and Judgment. Interesting. I'll cover up. There's 2 cards with some imagery on it that are covering up. But so we've got the Four of Wands, which that seems. So this feels. I like this stone right here. It's I don't know, I like it. Four of Wands. So that feels a sense of safety and completion. I'm hearing they're doing well, and it's like balanced. It feels very like, this is the pile that feels, I kind of got weird energies for the other 2 piles. Whatever was going on, it was kind of a weird, I can't even remember the first pile now, but I remember it was weird energy. It was kind of weird. Both of them are weird, I think, if I remember correctly. But this one feels the most balanced and sort of like the Four of Wands is about a very secure foundation. So I'm hearing this person, they may have something or recently paid something off finally. And they're very happy about that because now they can just, or they may have they may have bought something, either a house or no, or they've paid it off, or it's basically they something makes them feel more secure. So this feels secure without any weird energy. And then completion, the wands, or not the wand, the world, which is a completion. They feel like they feel satisfied with their situation, balanced, satisfied, and sort of like something in the paid off. They feel like they're on the right track, is what I'm hearing. And then judgment is they feel that they've up leveled in like 4 different areas, and they feel very good about that. And also there's the world which is like completing a cycle. So they feel like they've completed something about, yeah, I'm hearing very strong, like paid off a house. So now they feel like a car or a house, both, something like that, that makes them feel like, okay, now I can actually save now. So they kind of, I'm getting an image of a squirrel. You know how squirrels, they like, for the winter, they kind of like go around and they store nuts in their little cave. That's the feeling that I get. A squirrel that save nuts, and and I'm hearing they don't want to make any mistakes. They don't want to. It doesn't feel like super paranoid. I got another pile that just felt really, really paranoid, but this one feels like they kind of want to. They don't want to overspend. They don't want to underspend. They kind of want to suppress any unhealthy urges, if you will. They don't want to be a slave, but then they don't want to be a slave to being too one way or the other. They kind of just want to be they want to be they kind of want to be an expert on like it's kind of like they've done this. They feel like they've paid something off, something completed, and now they feel like they kind of want to retreat, but not retreat. They want to be an expert on something, or they don't feel like they have to retreat they feel that they don't have to retreat anymore. They can treat themselves. I'm hearing they can treat themselves because they've accomplished, like, I just get the sense like they've really accomplished something that makes them feel and maybe even I'm hearing, like, I get very strongly it's paying off an apartment or a house. It's paying that off, the mortgage done. It's like some sort of mortgage ended and they've been paid off, and now they feel that they can treat themselves, but they don't want to treat themselves. He says retreat. They don't want to treat themselves too like much. They were trying to find, okay, now I don't have to pay this monthly. I get this relief of not having to pay this monthly income. They know it's wise to save. They don't want to just spend, like, the sense of having paid off something. Now they have this extra money, but they don't want to they don't want to like go overboard either. Like, it's almost a sense of excitement, but I can't go overboard. Excitement, but I can't go overboard. Excitement, but I can't go overboard. So yeah, I feel almost happy for them for paying this off. It's like they worked hard. Yeah, they feel like a merchant. They worked hard, and they're almost thinking now, okay, now that I've done this, what can I do money, when the money card comes out. What can I what can I do more? It's almost like they're feeling the sense of relief, and what can I do even more to, like, it's a sense of, okay, I've paid this off. Now I can even maybe figure out some more side hustles, some more things to really there's almost a fear, and I think this comes up when anybody, it's kind of an energy that this comes up when anybody has move beyond something. There's almost this fear, like when I get the thief, it's almost like I've done this. There's a fear whenever anybody accomplished some things, they basically they're the thief, and they feel kind of like they need to feel. I'm hearing that they need to be their own best friend. House, yeah, didn't I say, yeah? They paid house. House came up. They paid off their own. That's what I get strongly. In some cases, it might be a student loan that they paid off, but I don't get. I think that's very small. I think it's more that they paid off a house, or maybe a house, a student loan, and they may have paid off a house, a student loan, and a car, or like even four things. I'm hearing that they may have taken on like four things in their mortgage, and then they finally paid it off in the last, or they're like the last 6 months, or the next 6 months, or the last 2 years. It seems very recently, like the last 2 years, or the next, they'll be paying it off in the next 6 months, and they're excited, or even the last 2 months, like very kind of in this time frame, they paid off, and they feel very, very good at paying all these, like, yeah, they took on four things, like they took on a house, a boat, a mortgage, that like another thing to buy. Like they bought four things because they had, and they like, oh, could I do it? And they finally paid it off. Like all for, in some cases it was just one thing, which is the big thing, but for some it was like this huge burden of like four things put on one mortgage, like a car, a student loan, I don't know if you can put student loans on your, like, combine them, or how that works exactly, but I only had a little. I didn't have very much student loan. It wasn't that bad, but for some they have a real chunk of it, like an awful chunk of student loan, and so this person feels they feel good. They feel like it's such a sense of accomplishment. I almost feel positive and happy for this person, because like, because they feel they've just, it's such a good feeling, and I can almost feel their good feeling from this, and it feels like, yeah, this pile number 3, it feels the most energetically balanced of all the 3 piles, to be honest. It's like it feels okay, they're doing good, and they're moving forward. They definitely feel good, they feel sensible, they feel that they're on the right track. All right, that's all I got for it, and I'll see you later.